What's going on, y'all? Today, I want to talk about some weightlifting. I know a lot of these videos we talk about nutrition and lifestyle components, and the reason being, honestly, is because that is what I have found to hold people back the most. You can learn the technique and you can do all the training that you want, but if you don't have the nutrition, lifestyle, mental, emotional management, if you're not managing yourself effectively, then the training isn't going to be able to be as valuable as it could be. Well, with that said, I actually want to talk about weightlifting today and how to get better at weightlifting. But I kind of still want to keep this overall view because it's important for me to learn the principles of things. Because once you know the principles of how things work, the fundamentals, the foundation, then you can build anything that you want off of that. And for me, weightlifting is no different. And so the biggest thing with weightlifting, so let's talk about snatch, for example. Snatch, you're taking the bar from the floor to the overhead in one movement. Clean and jerk, you're taking the bar from the floor to the shoulders and then the shoulders to overhead. So snatch is one movement, clean and jerk is two movements. But the main principles behind all of those has to do with position, timing, cadence, and balance. And really, if you can dial in those four things, then you will have a very solid foundation to be able to express your strength. Obviously, strength and power are a component of that, but just from the lifts in themselves, learning the technique. Because the thing, if you go and study all the different high-level, world-class weightlifters, especially across the eras of weightlifting, you will find vastly different techniques, vastly different ways of approaching the bar, and vastly different ways of lifting, and vastly different ways of training. That's why I don't like to get caught in the weeds of saying, this is how you do things and you got to do things this way or it's not going to work. Because honestly, there's a lot of different ways to do it. And honestly, there's as many different techniques and ways of doing things as there is people and athletes actually doing the thing, because we are all individual, we are all unique, and we all have different needs. We're all in different life circumstances. We all have different leverages, different strengths, different weaknesses. And so my goal as a coach is to teach you the basics, teach you the foundation, and then allow you to be able to express your own uniqueness and find out what is going to work best for you and be a source of guidance to that. And so when it comes to the actual mechanics of the lift, people talk about first pull, second pull, third pull, and that's, a good way to break things down. But essentially, you've got your start position, which is critical. And, there's not a whole lot of, obviously, illustration in this, but I'm just talking more of a philosophical, conceptual standpoint. But in your start position, you want balance on the whole. Really, it's just balance. You want balance on the whole foot. You want balance, pressure, and tension within your body. And you want to be relatively upright. You want your shoulders on top of the bar, meaning that if you were to look at yourself sideways, your shoulders should drop, or you should be able to draw a line straight down from your shoulders into the side of the bar. And really, it's just all about finding balance. And then same thing when you leave the ground, and this is, 9 times out of 10, this is where a lot of lifts get missed, is just right off the floor. When you leave the ground, you have to maintain the balance that you just took to get to in your start. And especially as you pass the knee, because that's another critical point, is at the knee. Because if you are out front of the knee, or if you try to pull your knees back so much that your butt comes up and your chest drops, that's also going to change your position. So it's finding the balance and maintaining the balance through the knee position and then through into your power position. So that power position, that last position that you get to before you explode, it's the same concept. You want to feel balanced, and you want to have the right position so you can produce the most amount of power and have the right cadence through the movement, because the Olympic lifts are very technical, and they, especially the snatch, but even the clean and jerk, is kind of like a golf swing in the sense that you can, take the strongest guy in the gym and go and swing as hard as you can, but if the technique is off, then you're not going to have very good results, even though you might have a lot of force behind it. So it's not just about force. All of the mechanics need to be together and need to be working in unison and in sequence to have the perfect golf swing, to have the perfect lift. And so when you're approaching the lifts, it's really about perfecting the golf swing. And this is something that, as an athlete, has been hard for me, because I came from a strongman and a powerlifting background where it was very much just, be as aggressive as you possibly can and just do whatever you got to do to get the job done. But then when I came to weightlifting, I realized that mentality didn't work anymore. And it's taken me a long time to get to the point where even my max effort lifts are still adhering to the same balance, the same cadence, the same timing, the same positions. Because that's the big thing when we are getting to our top end weights, our max effort weights, is people start changing things, try to do more than you need to do, but just trusting in your technique and allow the technique to lift the weight. And when you do it right, as if you're a lifter out there, if you do it right, it feels pretty damn effortless. If you've ever done a heavy snatch and you actually did it correctly and it just lands right where it's supposed to be, and it really doesn't feel that hard. And that's what it should feel like. That's a golf swing. It's finding the most efficient and effective path and being powerful and strong at just the right positions and just the right time. And the same idea for the clean and jerk. And so positions, timing, cadence, what did I say? Balance. 4 things. So you remember those 4 things, and you optimize those 4 things in the entire movement. Sometimes it's helpful just to do extremely slow movements just to feel out every little position. But you keep focusing on those things while obviously at the same time continuing to build your strength, continuing to build your power, doing, various movements, squats, deadlifts, pushes, pulls, all that cool stuff. And you'll be amazed where your lifts will go. So hope that helps. I look forward to sharing with you again very soon. If you need any additional support on any of this stuff, feel free to reach out to us, ask us questions. We'd love to help out however we can. If this was helpful, this is on YouTube. Like it, subscribe it. You know what to do. Talk to you very soon. Peace.